We've told you about neighbors who have fallen victim to car issues and repair costs due to contaminated fuel. But how does fuel get contaminated in the first place? I'm Kenya Cardonne, your Southeast Tallahassee neighborhood reporter. I'm following up with the experts at the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services to get some answers. When you're filling up your car, probably the last thing that you'd expect is for it to break down immediately after.
I came back and I told everybody that was in the office, I said, I don't know that I just got good gas because something just happened.
It's exactly what happened to several neighbors who purchased water-contaminated fuel at the Circle K on Thomasville Road and the gate in Southwood back in December.
The affected fuel was removed and the stations are safe now. And that is our number one priority. Our second priority is then to kind of figure out how it happened and prevent that from happening in the future.
On a mission to figure out the same, I spoke with the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. Director Rick Kimsey says contaminations are rare, considering they inspect fuel the moment it enters the state.
And then our inspectors will inspect that fuel and take samples for the laboratory again when it reaches the retail locations to make sure that there was no contamination or mixing of the product during the transport process.
So how can contamination happen? The two recent cases in Tallahassee are still under investigation, but Kimsey says there are a number of possibilities like mechanical issues and human error.
There are seals on the gas tank. Well, if a human doesn't close the seal properly or if a seal has worn out, those things happen, wear and tear, human error over time. Occasionally, water can get into the fuel.
Now, where the water comes from oftentimes is weather events.
Last hurricane, we hit about a little over 4,000 gas stations in 2 days to make sure that there was no water infiltration after large rain events.
His advice, avoid gas stations that are flooded or have several cars broken down nearby. And if you suspect gas contamination, contact FDAX to get an inspector out to test the station's fuel. That's something Kimsey tells me the majority of the customers that were affected by the diluted fuel at the Circle K didn't do.
We only received 2 complaints at the department. So we always suggest to consumers that if they have any type of an issue at a gas station, reach out to the department.
FDAX tells me that the fine for contaminated gas can range anywhere between $500 to $5,000, depending on the level of violation, mitigating factors, and the gas station's efforts to assist customers with damages. In Southeast Tallahassee, Kenya Cardonne, ABC 27.